Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be showing you all how I like to do daily styling for my twist styles. And today I am following up on last week's video and I am showing you all my nighttime routine for this hairstyle. I do go for the banding method because my hair is shorter since getting a haircut, and the banding method just works best for me. So as you all can see here, I am separating the hair where it naturally separates, trying my best not to cause any additional frizz, and I am wrapping my satin and silk scrunchies around a couple of times, and I am doing it loosely but tight enough so that the scrunchies will not slip off while I am asleep. I am going to leave the nape just hanging out freely just to help with the shape of the hair for the next day. And I just put my bonnet on right on top, and then I have a good night's rest. And on the next day, which I believe this particular day is actually Monday, I go ahead and remove those bands, which literally takes no time. And as you all can see here, the definition is still there. I do like to run my fingers through the roots just to get rid of those sections that I had for those ponytails, and voila, like literally just fluffing out my hair. My hair looks okay. I don't have to do much to it, but I did fluff out my roots just with the end of a comb just to give my hair a little bit more volume and just a tad bit more shape. And after that, I was ready to go to work for the day. Honestly, day 2 of my curly hairstyles are honestly my favorite. You have just the right amount of definition, you have a little bit of frizz, but you definitely have the volume and shape to give the style the look that you absolutely want. And of course, on the next day, the curls and the volume and the hair, the fro, is all just gonna grow. Like, it's just gonna continue to grow. You're still gonna have that definition. As you all can see here, I still have quite a bit of shine to my hair as well. And that just goes to just using better products for my hair that focus on moisture. Here I am fluffing out my hair the same way I did the day before, and using the end of the comb just to get rid of some of those parts and gather the curls together to make them look just a tad bit more uniform. And on this particular day, I decided to pin the hair back off of my face, just using 2 bobby pins on each side. And it just created just a nice little cute style, but I didn't have to worry about the hair rubbing against my face. If you want, you could do your edges, but I decided to kind of save all of the edge manipulation for the following day. Here we are. I believe we are probably on Wednesday by now. I think we're on Wednesday. If not Wednesday, it's Thursday. But I think it's Wednesday. I am fluffing out my hair again and just kind of trying to figure out, do I need to do some separation? By the way, if any of you all were wondering like what is happening to this girl's roots and everything, I am working out about 3 times per week, so I do sweat most of the time inside of my head, really at the scalp. So I'm just grateful that I still have the definition. I am never afraid of a little bit of frizz, but a lot of that moisture and sweat usually does take away from some of the definition at the roots. But I have learned how to work with it and to still let my hair like look the best that it can while still making sure that I maintain a healthy lifestyle. So right here I am just like separating my hair, and I am actually going to add a little bit of water to my hair and some edge control to the front because I will be slick styling today just to add a little headband. And honestly, I really enjoyed this hairstyle, and it really made me want to go and get some more nice cute little headbands that are easy to just throw on and rock throughout the week. So we are for sure adding our satin scarf on top just to let our hair set for at least 15 to 20 minutes before we head out for today. And this is just to allow the edge control to set in place. And voila, here is what the edges are looking like. Really, really love when I allow myself to do a few little sleek styles, but again, not too much on the edge control because it can be a little harsh on the edges, but it's still cute today. And for the last couple of days of the work week, I did go for a high puff just because it is just like sometimes the simplest thing to do if you are stressing. But as you all can see here, I still have on my pajamas. Whenever I do a high puff, it is like literally one of the first things that I like to do after I brush my teeth in the morning because I like to allow the high puff to set as long as possible so that I don't have to worry about too much frizz around the perimeter. So I always start with adding water. You always want to add water to your hair because it is like the first layer of adding moisture to your hair. And then for me, I am going to be using a mousse today instead of a harsh edge control. And I'm going to rub this mousse in my hands, the palm of my hands, and then put it around the perimeter of my hair. I am using my small hard bristle brush to brush everything into place. I will say this is not a brush that I would recommend using like on a daily basis because it is super hard, and it's like snatching everything into place, like not literally, but you can do this like every now and again. But if you like me and you care about like keeping your hair, your edges and all the things, I only do this like every once in a while, okay? So I'm just brushing it into place, and then I'm going to use my headband to gather everything together. I usually, when I do my high puffs, I use like smaller bands and I only push it up one time. And what I like to do is get a couple of bobby pins and I literally pin it into place. This allows me to not pull on my edges as much and to give me the comfortability of the hairstyle where it's not too tight and it just feels effortless. And I like to do a little swoop-de-doots to my edges, and then I will go in and tie it down. And untying my hair is the last thing I do before walking out the door because I want this ponytail high puff situation to last all day. And here is what the puff is looking like after it has marinated. As you all can see, I have definition, shine, and movement with this high puff, and I am loving it for sure, which is why I rocked it for another day for this week before I decided to wash my hair again. I really hope you all find these hairstyles useful if you are also rocking your twist outs, braid outs, and all the curly hairstyles, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. See ya!